let you call me the ruler. I'm gonna let you call me the ruler. Yeah, infinite possibilities lie before me like stepping stones, total Jones keep my...
Well, speaking about things is very important. I've never believed in the saying that you don't talk about politics and religion in polite company. I think those are the two things you should be talking about in polite company. And luckily, for me, I was raised in a family where vigorous political debate went on. There was people from all political persuasions, and all growing up, I saw my uncles, my grandfather, my father, my mom, my grandmothers, my aunts. It was all a very vigorous political debate, even at Thanksgiving time, all the time. So sometimes in the circles that I travel in, people get really upset with me because I like to discuss these things. But I think these are things that have to be discussed. It's paramount to discuss these things because these are the things that control your life. Politics and religion control your life, and I think those things have to be discussed. And I think discussing it in a civil manner is important because you will never get your point across if you put somebody on the defensive. If you understand or make an attempt to understand where somebody else is coming from, I think that you get a long way. And you can see the poisoning at the top. You know, and I think it sets a bad example for the country from with President Obama and John Boehner, or whoever it may be, Eric Cantor versus Harry Reid, or whoever it is. I think the poisoning of the political well is the problem, and it sets the tone to the point where they put on this show like pro wrestling, and we're the 5-year-olds. You know, if you're a 5-year-old watching pro wrestling, you think that it's really real. You think that Hulk Hogan really is fighting The Rock. And at the end of the day, they're not. But in a very cynical way, the Congress does this with the D's versus the R's, and they do hang out together. You know, and I've been to the meeting of the rich white boy club with Democrats and Republicans, all having drinks together, and it's all about money. And they basically slap each other on the back and have a good time. And then when they get in front of the camera on MSNBC or Fox News or CNN, they argue and bicker, and then when it's turned off, they shake each other's hand and say, oh, I'll see you down at the bar later, or let's go meet at the Palm. It is really, really disgusting because the people on the other end of that television screen really believe what these people are saying. They really believe that the Democrats are evil or the Republicans are evil. And the people that are perpetrating these arguments and this narrative, they don't believe it. So I think that's done in a very cynical, mean-spirited way just to line the pockets of the people at the top. Well, I think absolutely greed is the #1 motivating and driving factor with anything. And, you know, I hate to say this in such a simplistic manner, but if you look at The Lord of the Rings in the books, you know, Tolkien makes the overall point in that series that nobody can be trusted with power. And I really truly believe that humans being mixed with money and power equals greed, and it gets worse. It never gets better, because no matter how much the pig that's greedy wants, he always wants more. They always want more power. They always want more money. They're never satisfied. It's almost like a heroin addict can never get enough heroin. Well, the greedy can never get enough money and can never get enough power. And I think greed is the driving factor, and it underlies everything that's wrong with this country.